50 Shades of Grey, the novel that launched E.L. James to stardom. But what is it about the text of this book that made it so incredibly sexy? Well, we're gonna find out. I poured myself a glass of Chardonnay. I donned my gray tie, which I can tell you is not as expensive as something that the star of the book, Christian Grey, would wear. But then again, I'm not a 27-year-old billionaire, am I? I spent the afternoon, and this is a new copy because my old one was so dog-eared. I'm sure that's probably happened to a few of you. I spent the afternoon highlighting key lines from the book that I thought would be interesting to the viewers, and I can't read the entire novel on video. I can't read the entire novel on video, but what I can do is I can read out things that I think encapsulate E.L. James' mindset as she was writing each section. So let's begin. Raising the ordinary to the extraordinary, I murmur, distracted by both him and the paintings. He cocks his head to one side and regards me intently. I start playing with the loosened hair behind my ear. He cocks his head to one side. What kind of books? He cocks his head to one side. Why is he so interested? Oh, you know, the usual, the classics. British literature mainly. Here's where things really start to heat up for Anastasia and Christian. He cocks his head to one side, running his index finger across his lower lip. Oh my. Because I blink rapidly. Concentrate, Steele. As any fan of the book knows, the relationship between Anastasia and Christian really starts to heat up after about 150 pages. And I think that this scene starts to show the ebb and flow, the tension and release of Christian and Anastasia's white-hot, fiery lust for each other. I'm going to have a shower unless you'd like to shower first. He cocks his head to one side, still grinning. My heartbeat has picked up and my medulla oblongata has neglected to fire any synapses to make me breathe. His grin widens and he reaches over and rubs his thumb down my cheek and across my lower lip. Wow. Hey, he summons me. I peek up at him and his head is cocked to one side. Anastasia, you're a very beautiful woman, the whole package. Don't hang your head like you're ashamed. You have nothing to be ashamed of, and it's a real joy to stand here and gaze at you. He takes my chin in his hand. It tilts my head to reach his eyes. They're soft and warm, heated even. He's so close I could just reach out and touch him. One of the things that makes Anastasia's character so irresistible is her reluctance to accept Mr. Grey's largesse. I believe this next set of lines really kind of demonstrates how difficult it is for her to accept Christian's help. What is it, he asks, cocking his head to one side. I don't have a computer. I usually use the computers at school. I'll see if I can use Kate's laptop. One of author Jane's greatest talents is her ability to make colorful descriptions of our emotions, the things that we feel. She puts into words that we can read on paper. And many of you are aware of or recall the inner goddess and the subconscious that Anastasia constantly struggles with. But there's also some times when she's describing actual body organs and stuff, and I think that this is one of those. And I think it, without getting too anatomical, it's very sexy. Yes, he smiles, his head cocked to one side smile, and my stomach pole vaults over my spleen. I can't help but reflect his glorious smile back at him. Stomach pole vaulting over the spleen. Only you, E.O. Part of the charm of 50 Shades of Grey is the romantic settings, whether they're in you know, a Seattle nightclub or off in the country flying a glider. This is one of those scenes where, well, you'll probably remember the specific scene. Christian and Anastasia go for a drive and they find this little rustic restaurant in the middle of nowhere, and they have some nettle soup, and they're a little hesitant about nettle soup. I guess neither one of them has had it before, and well, let me just read the scene. It's delicious. Christian and I look up at each other at the same time with relief. I giggle and he cocks his head to one side. That's a lovely sound, he murmurs. He breathes, his voice soft and melodious. His fingers gently tuck my hair behind my ear. Why, Anastasia? His fingers circle my ear and very softly, rhythmically, he tugs my earlobe. It's so sexual. I need time to think, I whisper. I'm all deer, headlights, moth, flame, bird, snake, and he knows exactly what he's doing to me. He cocks his head to one side. This starts a scene where Anastasia is struggling with having an argument with Christian about some of the things that he's teaching her, which she believes to be wrong. You know all the wrong things. Wrong? Not to me, he shakes his head. He looks so sincere. Try it, he whispers. A challenge daring me, and he cocks his head to one side and smiles his crooked, dazzling smile. I gasped, and I'm Eve in the Garden of Eden, and he's the serpent, and I cannot resist. Okay, I whisper. Christian Grey is an enigma to all of us, but to none greater than Anastasia Steele. She struggles with this throughout the entire novel, and this next scene I think really shows her her confusion and angst when dealing with Christian Grey. It's so frustrating. I'm desperate to know more, but he won't tell me. I cock my head to one side like he does and make an enormous effort to smile at him. Another interaction. Please, I smile at him. Mr. Grey rises to fill the rest of the glasses. I peek up at Christian, and he turns to look at me, his head cocked to one side. What? He asks. Please don't be mad at me, I whisper. Throughout this masterpiece, Anastasia questions what's happening to her. And there is a time when she just doesn't believe she could do it. And Christian will try to meet her halfway on this. This is one of those scenes. I think you'll find it pretty intriguing. I raise my eyebrows. You're going to settle for plain old vanilla? He cocks his head to one side. Nothing plain or old about vanilla. It's a very intriguing flavor, he breathes. Since when? Since last Saturday. Why, were you hoping for something more exotic? What makes Anna, the protagonist in this novel, so gosh darn cute? Little things like this one. We aim to please Mr. Grey. I cock my head to one side like he often does to me and give his words back to him. And please me you do, he says, but he looks uneasy. I thought you were going to have a shower. There is a point in the novel where Anastasia's obsession is taking her to a place of near madness. And she really can't focus on anything other than Christian at that time and everything. And this next passage is indicative of that. You and boho chic, she cocks her head to one side. Gah! Why is everyone reminding me of my favorite 50 Shades? Actually, Anna, you're one of the few people who could really pull that look off. For the Christian Grey character, I believe that E.L. James has pulled on some of the greatest fiery romantic characters of all time. Christian Grey is Heathcliff of Wuthering Heights. He's Stanley from Streetcar Named Desire. He's obsessive. He's not going to be stopped. He wants to see his Anastasia, and he's going to do anything to see her. Now, if you'll recall the scene in the book where he reads an email that bothers him, and he immediately hops on a private jet and heads out to Georgia and surprises her at the hotel bar where she's eating with her mother. That's where this next quote comes from. Or you just happen to be drinking in the hotel where I'm staying, Christian replies. I just finished dinner, came in here, and saw you. I was distracted, thinking about your most recent email, and I glance up, and there you are. Quite a coincidence, eh? He cocks his head to one side, and I see a trace of a smile. He surprised her. It was cute. What is it that Christian finds so intoxicating about Anastasia? E.L. James hints at it throughout this novel, but it isn't until the end that you really see a lot of interplay that shows what it is that he finds so absolutely fascinating about her. I'm going to read you a passage. It comes almost at the end of the book, and I think it best illustrates what I'm talking about here. Maybe you're not that good of a teacher, I say. He snorts. Maybe, perhaps I should be stricter with you. He cocks his head to one side and gives me an artful smile. I swallow. Geez, no. But at the same time, my muscles clench deliciously deep inside. It is his way of showing me that he cares. Perhaps the only way he can show he cares. I realize that. He's staring at me, gauging my reaction. I'm afraid that's all we have time for tonight. Happy Valentine's Day. If you have a Christian Grey in your life, good for you. If not, hold yourself open to the possibility. There are 2 more novels. This one was great. The other 2 are fantastic. I'm hoping that for one of the future ones we can actually get E.L. James on the show. But in the meantime, we're certainly going to look forward to her next installment. Have a good night.